Hello, welcome to EC's Workshop. Today I got to work on a project. Today I'm working on a sliding door in a closet. And they got this little plastic piece in there and it's broke. And they say it's been sliding all the time. We've had it slides back and forth. The door touches it and everything. So I cut off an inch off the bottom of the doors, repaired those, re-glued them. Okay, so now then, I'm building a new bracket. I'm gonna build one of these. I'm gonna build it out of aluminum. That way it ain't plastic and it breaks. I'm gonna make it out of aluminum. It goes in the center, so ain't nobody gonna hit it with a foot or whatever. It just goes in the center. So what I'm doing, I'm starting off with a piece of 1 inch thick aluminum, 1 inch thick piece of aluminum, 6 inches long wide. It's gonna be 5 1/4 when I'm done with it. But so this is what I'm starting off with. You see, my saw won't cut all the way through this with this hitting that. Turn it the other way. Turn the other way. Because it'll bump this. So I almost said I done cut halfway down, so I turned it around, set up, and finna cut the rest of it. So we're gonna get started. It's gonna clear here. Done this in 1 inch parallels in the back to brace it. There you go. Now, I'll go put all this up and I'll be back. Okay, I got a piece set up in the middle. I had to put a vise on and everything else. Didn't want to see all that. Alright, I'm going to face it. I'm going to flatten this edge here. Then I'm going to turn around and flatten it again. And then I'm going to lay it all out. I'm going to try to saw cut some of these stuffed little notches out. Most of it. I'll drill a hole and go down to it. You know, saw the pieces out. What I'm planning on doing first. Alright, so here we go. We're going to saw it flat. I'm going to fly cut this flat, flip it over and fly cut it again. Hang on, let me get you set up. Let's go. Now I'm going to deburr the part. Find me something to lay on the table here. So, I'll put some Dicam on my part. I use this old rag, old part head rag. Chips in it anyway. And put some Dicam on it. I like those spray Dicam and everything, but we used to have some blue, but the place I bought this from didn't have it in blue. They had red. Well, I went and I happened to have a can of pipe glue, PVC pipe glue. And I dumped it all out, cleaned this up, got me some acetone, clean this, and I kind of like that. little cotton ball to spread around. Works better than that old brush, I think. Little metal can. Keep it all in. Sure does beat that plastic one. I got home with that plastic and first thing I did, I set it on the table by some hot chips and it melted a hole in it. And I said, crap on that. Alright, put this in front of the fan, let it dry. Well, one thing is too long. Only need 5 1/4 inches. I'll saw cut that off. Probably don't need that much. Let me recalculate this thing. Okay. I don't need this because I'm going to put my screws through here. And I got to have 1 5/8" by the center. And I need need 5/16 center. Inch and 5/8 per side. Let me figure this out. What I do now is what I'm planning on doing. See here. Alright. I'm going to drill this 1/4 inch holes here and here and here. Then I'm going to come in here and saw cut that out. That's what I'm planning on doing. I like to saw this chunk out of here. We're in the mill all day long. I think what I try to do is saw this direction, saw like that, saw like that. That's what I'm going to do. Get rid of most all this. Alright, I'm going to go drill these holes, be right back. Okay, I messed up. I messed it up. Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know what I was thinking. So I was thinking, instead of this design, what I would do was instead of all these 3 holes, I would come in here and put a hole in the center of this. But I come realize that once I place this down on the ground, if I put this down on the floor, I can't get my doors in. I can't get the doors to go in the track because this is in the way. This has got to go in after you get the doors hanging. So they got to have the holes on the ends here, and it's got to be made like this. So I messed up here. I'm hoping, since I was going to cut it here, I'm hoping that I'm going to lay this out. I'm hoping I can use this half and do my cutting off on this end. We'll see what happens after I lay it out. I got enough material to make another one. I don't want to make another one because I messed up. So we're going to do something different here. Half inch. Get my stuff. Quarters first, all the way across. There's 3/4. Oh man, okay. That's inch and 5/8 there. Okay. Inch and 5/8 is right here at this saw spot. Look right there. And then what did I have here? I had 5/16 off of here. 5/16. 5 for the center. Nope. Damn. I'll see if I can go this way with it. Okay. 1/2 inch. That's my 1/2 inch mark. Okay, that's going to cut there. Inch and 5/8 is right there. And then 5/16 is right there. Okay. Inch and 5/8 off of there. Right there. at half inch. Going wrong, Ed. And then, what did I say, 1/4 inch? Okay, half inch. Then a 1/4 inch. And a 1/4 inch wall. Now we do from the other side. Just document all this up. We're going to start from the other side. Turn the fan on, dry this. Be right back. I'm back. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Half inch from there is right here. Let me get my 3/4 line also. Half inch line. There goes my 1/4 inch wall. Is it? Down to base. Now I'm gonna make it 1/4 inch. I ain't gonna make it. Don't we? No. Because I'm supposed to start that end, dummy. I'm supposed to start from this end. Half inch wall. Half inch. 1/4 inch. Why are you cooking? Inch and 5/8 right there. And then that ain't gonna work. That's half inch there. See, then 1/4 inch there. Ain't none of it gonna work either way. That's supposed to be a solid wall here. And I done drilled holes there. And that's all that's going to be cut off. Well, it's crap. And put that over. Let me go cut this. I'm going to start over. It looks like, oh no. Golly, Bill, I messed up. Big time. Overthinking. Jumping the gun, not thinking about it. I should have thought. You know, I can't, it's the reason why this is made like this. Because you can't get and put holes here. You know, and then get your doors in. Because once you even get it in where it's going to be at, the doors bypass by 3 inches. They bypass these just sliding doors for a closet. They bypass 3 inches and this sitting in the middle. So the doors will be sitting right here. You can't get screws in it, tighten it down. You got to have this space on each end. And I thought about with it like this. So what I was thinking of doing. So that's my 1/4 inch. There's my 5/16. I was going to put holes here, but I thought about coming in here at an angle and put screws in this way. You know, I might as well go do that. Might as well set that up in the mill. Put my 1/4 inch pocket in this area here, not in the arms here, in this area here, and put my screws in this way to hold it down in the floor. I'm going to do that. Ain't no sense in messing this up. So I'm going to do that. Alright. Alright, now, I'm going to try to salvage this like I says. I'm going to come in an angle, put my screws in on each end, into it, put some like 2-inch screws down through here to hold that in. It would save trouble making another one. Right now I'm going to try to use the saw, and I'm going to try to cut this at an angle, zigzag it. That way I don't have much to mill out. That's what I'm going to do now. Now I could have saved this if I didn't come in here. I've only drilled that hole and that hole. I could have saved this. But I didn't. I'm going to clean this area up right quick. Got a brush here somewhere. Get all this stuff down in the bucket. I don't do this every time I use a saw, but I need to. Right now I'm going to be right here next to it. I'm be standing right up here next to it. I don't like doing That can make something, you know what? I could use that to make a little part. That's all I got to mill out that and the sides. That's it. I won't have all that other material like here to get down there. Always the best thing to do is cut out most of what you got. Use a saw, it's a lot faster, but more dangerous. When you're around a saw. Okay, these little parts will be going back there in a little scrap bin. Because I might have to come across some little parts, having to make some small stuff, clamp or something. And I've had to make some small parts one time and had to cut it out pieces of big steel just to make a little part. If somebody would have stored the stuff around, we wouldn't have to. Alright. Let's get back over here. Okay. I can't get my camera close enough for today for some reason. Something don't want to work right. Alright. It's too much. I really would have liked to turn my vise this way, turn my vise this direction, so I can cut this, but I think I'm going to leave it like this because go too much trouble setting it up and everything else when I can do it sitting there. You know it? And run out of room, guys. Well, that's tightening, Ed. Watch your hand. See what kind of end mills I got. Yeah. That'll work. You want to, I got this, what is this? 1-inch resharpened end mill. I think it's a resharpened. Yeah, it's resharpened. It's got a bad spot right there. It's got one bad tooth right there. That's the only one. The rest of them are good shape. Feels nice and short. I think that's the one I'm gonna use. We'll find out after I get to use them. To go to Evil Bay and probably try to buy some new ones or some good use resharpened. Not alright. This up. I hate having to clean up. Looks like I'm gonna have to sometime today. Alright, let's get busy. What I gotta have here? One at least about right there. So these jaws are 1 5/8. Yep. Inch 3/4. I like to have about 1 1/4, 1 1/8 parallels. What we're going to do, we're going to flatten the bottom down close, come in and do the sides. We're going to flatten them both down, then come in and do the sides. What we're going to do. Take about 50 thousandths. Table down, slack out of it. set up in here. Okay. Give me a minute. There it is. Oh, dang it. Alright, let's get busy milling. You haven't seen the other video far away. I just moved y'all down here so you can get a closer view of it. And see, I done took off about 200,000 since off top of this. And I still got a little ways to go. I think I can get another 100. Figure out something here right quick. I'm gonna use these little shits. Don't trust them, but they're good. How big is that? Almost 2 inches. An inch and a quarter deep. Three 30-seconds to go. $93,000 to go. I'm looking for something I can put me an indicator on. Just a minute. Okay, I got me a readout put up. I know it's on the mill. I mean, it's on the vise. But the vise, you know, the vise is going to be moving back and forth. But I'm pretty sure if I come back to the same location, I'll be alright. I'm going to chop at it just a little bit at a time, because that's a big cut. I may go up halfway and then come back down. That's what I'm thinking of doing. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I think it's coming up about right there and cutting it. Okay. Let's see where. All right, let's see where we're at now. I had to leave. I'm back. All right, I got 60,000 to go. I'm gonna take 30, and then I'll drop down, come back to this point, then we'll take it off the next time. Okay? Then I'll have to work on it, work my way to it. All right, I'm on I said 3. And that's 400,000. Yeah, I did say 1/4 inch. Yeah, okay. I got 28,000 to go there. Okay. Now, pitch off the bottom. Touch off again. That's all done. Let's go over here. Standing in a pile of chips. Just give me a minute. Alright, that's it. Let's get over here and do another setup. Alright fellas, I'm sorry. I messed up. I moved the camera over here. To show y'all what I was doing. But my absent-minded business, I forgot to turn the camera on after going through all the setup and stuff for the camera and everything. What I did is, see here, I set up with this 90, 30, 60 degree angle. I set it up on a 30-degree angle. I took my hand nail and I made me a flat here. Drilled me a 3/16 hole through it. All for a screw to go through, which I lost. Had it laying here. It's gone now. Okay. I did this side, and I did this side. Took me a 3/8 nail, flattened it, made me a flat, put it on there. It'll mount into the floor like that. Hold on. And so, then what I'm finna do, I'm gonna move over to the sander, and I'm gonna put some radius on these corners here, tops of these. Then I'm gonna try to put some on the edges of these. I don't want my wife to kick it or something. She shouldn't. It's not gonna be in the way. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And we'll take it in the house and we'll put the doors up and we'll put this in and mount it. Alright? Here we go. Going to a different time. Yeah, okay, here we are. We're back in the house here. What I was talking about out there in the shop, what it was supposed to do, it's supposed to be to replace this piece here that goes on sliding doors. A sliding door closet. Slides back and forth, you know, like so. And what it did, it went down at the base. Kept the doors divided in pieces in place. Alright, we were having problems where it kept dragging and stuff and everything else on the floor and getting in trouble sticking, so we took them down. And it was sticking on this piece, plus this was broke. This is cracked anyway. And that's all it did. And you know, these doors are pretty wide, so you have to stretch it out to where it's on the end. You know, it's on the end. So I went outside and I took the doors out and I cut off an inch. Now you look at this. I took off a total of an inch of space. You know, and they don't look like a solid inch there. So it was dragging the floor also and dragging on top of this. If you look at it close, you can see where it dragged. It's got drag marks on it, where the doors were rubbing on it. So I took an inch off, get them up in the air a little bit more. Then I made this. I measured here, and I thought, okay, I measured to here to the floor, and I had an inch. So I made that 3/4 of an inch off the floor, and I made that. You seen me make that outside early in the video, and there it is right there on both sides. And that's what it looks like right there. So it'll be there forever. These doors will wear out before that piece of steel will go away. Now, so that's going to be the end of it. This has worked great. Look at that. Hey, it feels so good. I got some more work to do these doors here. We're going to dress them up a little bit. Got to add some more paint to that one over there because it had some mess ups on it. Had to glue it back together. Alright, so this is it. This is the end of the show. This is the end of the little bracket made for the sliding doors for the closet. Repair the closet. Alright, y'all come back and see me now, you hear?